Good morning. Welcome to London session. As usual, just give me a check if you can hear me before I proceed. Okay, cool. All right, let's begin. Hide this thing. All right, let's see what we've got. Okay, so I did mention yesterday about this area, probably my support price, and give us a bounce, and we've seen that they couldn't close below this low, right? So I'm looking at this as a possible run on stop, and then maybe a pullback inside this range again between this high and that low. So ideally, because they've come back inside, we want to see price come back and trade inside this range again. So if you drop down to the 4-hour, I want to see what level they would like to trade back into. We do have a small tiny EB gap in here, but this whole place is a down candle. The only thing putting me off is this week here, but I'm gonna discard that because this was just like a news event, so I'm gonna discard that and then go right to this. So for now, we have a gap in here that price would like to come into, and then we have this whole area up to this last I think up to this down, this up candle. Ignore this wick, and right here and there. Let's change this to a different color. Okay, so that's those are the two levels I'm looking price to come to. Give me a second, let me double check what this thing is doing, because I did wanted to sell it yesterday, but I was waiting for something to happen first. I did mention the criteria for the selling on that one. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at this as the area I wanted to sell short. Yesterday we did see a rejection, and price closed below that 4-hour level that I was watching, so I wanted to put in a sell with my stop above here, and then target down here. All right, and that's what I was quickly doing. I want to see if with the what else I was trying to talk about in here, with the dollar pushing up, maybe we can get all the foreign currencies to push down. Give me 1 second. Sorry for that. I had a phone call from my mother. It's a bit awkward early morning. Okay, so if we do get this to push, I did mention how to use, I think probably I didn't go into much details, but if you measure the range between this high and that, between this low and that high, right, let me go back to the first one that happened, so you appreciate what I'm showing you in here. Right, between that high and that low, okay, price came back to the 127 perfectly, and then swing back up into this 50% level, and then got stuck there, and then swung back down. Same thing in here, right? Price has now come back to that 127 and then rejected, so I'm looking at that level, that 50, and these two levels that I've got up there. Maybe we'll get a hiccup or a pause somewhere in here with a bit of a retracement, and then we should see a continuation to the upside to that level. So if we do get that, then obviously we're going to get the foreign currencies to dip down. So highlight these two levels on your chart, 92.91, 92.83, and also have the Fibonacci like this on your chart, and then you get the 92.80 level. I like the 92.80, but you can see it will not, price is not going to stop dead at that level. Okay, it's going to flick around and go probably beyond that and reach for these upside objectives. This last week, like I said, ignore it, because that was on Thursday, and that's when they did damage a lot of people's account. If we jump onto euro, I haven't seen euro, but we can see euro is diving down. I don't see anything for me to take a sell. If I do measure the range, it's similar to what the dollar is doing, just that this didn't hit the 127, but it did hit a psychological level, which was the 1.2, and now we see it diving down. The fact that they didn't close above this high is a problem, right? So we're looking at this as a possible run on stops, and we might come back inside this range again. So they could take it all the way down and clear this low. Yeah, they could take it all the way down and clear this low, or they could take it inside this range between this high, where we form the high now, and this low. So if we drop down to the 4-hour, they could take it all the way down in here. Like, again, ignore this wick. They could take it all the way back down here. ignore that wick. If there's a way I could cut this thing off, I would. So for now, our next downside is below this here and there. These are the two levels that I think price is coming towards to. Okay, so we will be seeing price coming here and there. If you want to take a trade at the moment, I don't see anything yet. The only thing I see is this area that can provide support. Once we close below it, that area could provide support. So if this is on the 4-hour, on the hourly, that comes all the way down here. So maybe wait for price to close. Maybe during New York there might be a pullback at that level that I mentioned on the dollar. On here there might be a pullback there. Price might pull back down for a continuation to the upside. So if you do get that, this thing might come back up for a pullback, and then you can sell short in this area with a stop above here or above this high, today's high, and then target these two lower prices if we have not got there yet. If we have hit this one and it still retrace, you can still sell short and target the lower one. Okay, pound dollar is a bit different. We did close above this high. Again, like I did mention, a pound is stronger than euro, so there is a chance that we might continue going up on this one. So if we measure the range between this high, this low, and that high, for now we might target that 50%. Okay, you might target that 50% and possible a continuation to the upside with this down candle in here. So if you drop down to the 4-hour, this area is not bad. I was looking at that yesterday to see if we could get a push back down there, right? But we didn't. That area is not bad. I like it, but the fact that we've broken down on this one makes this not likely. So we have this. Let's delete this one for now. We have this, that, and then that. All the down candles that I've signed out, they should provide, or they should give way. If the dollar is going to continue going up, these down candles should give way for price to push down, and then once we close below them, they should act as support. Yeah, they should act as support. So if we close below here and price comes back here, this is what might end up happening. And then this will provide support, and then this will provide support into the down candle on the daily somewhere in here. And then when we get back down here, we could then see a continuation to the upside if the dollar continues to be bearish. Okay, so for now, do not try to sell short yet on this one. Okay, be patient and let it give us an opportunity. So the opportunity will be, okay, if we do hit this and you start seeing price coming up, maybe you can consider sell there with a stop above it, and then target this low. And then once you take out this low, price comes back up in here, sell short with a stop above in here, and then target this low as well. And then down here, that's the, if I put a fib from there to there, we will be below 50%, which is optimal trade entry. Yeah, that'd be optimal trade entry, so you want to be careful at that level. For now, price is just dropping. If you did manage to catch a sell out there, well done. If not, then just be patient. All right. New Zealand dollar. This thing is it's not dropping as the other ones would do. Forgive my little boy. I have to sort him out. Right, okay. This thing is not dropping as much as the other ones, right? So I don't think you have to do anything on this at the moment. Why is it like that? Yeah, go on to Aussie New Zealand and then you understand why we have this thing dropping. So when this is dropping, what does it does to this two? Okay, this becomes stronger, that becomes weaker. That's why we see Aussie dropping and this thing not dropping. Okay, so maybe there is going to be some form of a reversal coming in on this one, because on the weekly and the daily we are bullish, right? That's the weekly, we are bullish. On the daily we are still bullish. Yeah, it's just a retracement. So this thing can turn around anytime soon and then the New Zealand will follow the weakness as well. But for now it's not doing anything that is showing weakness, so maybe do not touch this for now. Let it show some form of weakness by taking out a swing low before you do anything. Look at this here, right? And then if we do take out this low, okay, then you can apply what this thing has done, okay, by doing this, taking out this high and taking out this low. So price should continue going down for now until we do get something to turn it around. I'm looking at a continuation down here. So on this one, do not do anything until what I've outlined here gives way. So just leave it as a red line. So if we cross the red line, then we can look for sells, but for now do not touch it. The one that I did place in this sell was this one here. The fact that we ran this high and then broke down on here on this candle, we managed to close. That means we should see a continuation to the downside for now, right? On the daily we are placing in a swing high. I would like to see price. Now if you remember what I taught you yesterday, right, this is, let's get rid of, yeah, let's leave this one on there. Okay, this is previous week. Okay, so last week we went all the way from here to there, and then this week we've run last week's high and then we are rejecting. So what might end up happening is, if you measure the low to the high, what happened to pound, let me jump quickly onto pound Aussie so you understand and appreciate what I shared with you yesterday. If I drop down to the 1 hour, okay, this is the previous week high, previous week low. We ran previous week low and price did what? Price retraced. How far did it retrace? Where did I say? Probably the high of the week, might form. If you measure this high to the low, okay, you're looking at that area. Yeah, you're looking at that area for these things to form. Okay, and then price stopped there and then change direction. So on Aussie, if we do get the breakdown, okay, then I'll be looking for price to drop in here, which is what I outlined on Monday or yesterday, that if we do get a break below this low, I'll be looking for price to retrace back down in here. But we are not bearish, we are still bullish, so there will be a chance that, or there could be a chance that this thing will turn around and bite us and go up. But for now, because we've broken down, I would like to go with the flow on the 4-hour into maybe somewhere down in here, and then next week we will look for a continuation to the upside if the dollar continues to the downside as well. Right, so that is why I'm looking for a move back down here for this range. And at the same time, if you go onto the daily, if I put it on the daily and I change this to the monthly lines, it's the same protocol, right? That's previous month, that's previous month low and previous month high. If I just take out this, you can see that previous month high has been raided, which is this one. Okay, the line is there, so you cannot see it. It has taken out previous month high, so usually price will come back down again for retracement into in here, right, somewhere in here. So there's a lot of reasons why this thing might drop down a little bit more. So if we drop down to the 4-hour, there's a lot of reasons why this thing might drop down a little bit more. Okay, so I want to see how far it will drop. Dollar CAD, yesterday I did mention be careful going short, because this thing is trading at the high time frame level. That level there, that is that weekly, that's that weekly rejection. And at the same time, I did make mention of this low and that low being lower, so price is not going to break it, and we should expect some form of a push to the upside on this, right? And then we did get that. On the lower time frame, yesterday I was watching it, and what I shared with you guys yesterday, if you had seen it earlier, this is the sort of trade that you could have taken, right? Where price took out this low, yeah, price took out this low with this down candle, and then we traded above it. Next candle comes down to the opening price, and then the rest is history where we are now. Okay, I'm still long on this. I didn't catch it here, but I did caught it there. Like I did mention, I placed my buy stop there, right? And then price just took me with it, but I've taken most of my profit off at that level, and then I'm letting the rest run to see how far this thing is willing to go. Okay, for you to take a trade right now, I don't see any. The 4-hour has not broken the structure yet. This is not a swing high. It's a swing high on the hourly, but it's not a swing high on the 4-hour. The 4-hour swing high is all the way up there, so we are still overall bearish on the 4-hour. We are still bearish on the 4-hour, so we are currently trading at, if I drop back down to the hourly, you will see where we are trading at. Yeah, we are trading at Monday's high all the way down to Tuesday's low optimal trade entry, which is the 618. I still fancy this thing. This thing's still going up, right? So this is previous week. That's the high of previous week, and that's the low. So I still fancy this thing coming up in this area. I still fancy this thing coming up in this area. But for you to take a trade is a bit tricky. Why? Because we've broken above this. Okay, so there could be chance that this thing can drop back inside this range and then continue going up. So if your stop loss comes inside anywhere in here, there's a possibility you might get tagged. Or if you're not afraid of taking a loss, then what I'll suggest is protect yourself with a down candle, and if it stops you out, just be patient for price to retrace inside this range. Maybe another between this high and that low, wherever that stops you out, wherever the high forms, then you look for a retracement to the 618 for a continuation to the upside. Okay, if you want to force the trade, right, then protect yourself with a down candle and then look for a continuation to the upside. I'll protect myself with this one because that's the one that price don't like these things showing all the time, right? That's the last one that price is keying up from, right? So if you protect yourself with that and then target this high, target that one, target that one, and then target this into that area. Okay, and then once you get up there, then be done. Okay, because that's the weekly, previous week's high. This is this week's low, so price might come into that 618 level, and then there might be some continuation to the downside. All right, so that is on dollar CAD. Euro pound, if you're still short, just keep it. I don't see anything happening to this soon because we've traded down into a higher time frame level, so price is gonna keep doing up and down, up and down. The higher time frame level is the middle of this down candle, and that's where price is currently at, and it's doing up and down, up and down. If we do get a retracement back up, now let me get rid of all this business. If we measure this up candle, right, and change it to levels, you can see we've not actually reached the 618 or the 2, which will bring us down here. I like the 618. Let's draw a line at the 618 and draw a line at the 2. Okay, so if we do get maybe a retracement into Monday's opening price, which is this one here. If we do get retracement there, I will consider another sell. Yeah, if we retrace back up in here or even up there, it would be much better if we retrace back up here, but I don't think that's going to happen because of the structure on the daily. If prices to come all the way up here, that wouldn't make sense, right? So this will make sense. Maybe the middle of that candle also makes sense for a wick, not the body of this candle, but price to go there with a wick and then come back down. So the middle of that one, right? If we drop back down, yeah, in here. So if we do get a retracement up into that level, I'll consider another sell for a continuation to the downside to here and to there. So let me measure this first and see where we are trading at. Yeah, so we between this high and that low, the range, just like what dollar is doing, we are trading at the 127, right? So the 127 will can propel price to the 50%. But looking at where that level I drew, the middle of that up candle, that's where 75 is. Price might stop there and then drop back down. Okay, if it does continue going up, then you have this last up candle up there for a short again. So be mindful. Make sure most of your profit is off, and then you have a small piece on. Yeah, leave a small piece on to see if you do get retracement, then you add more to it and then sell it short back down again. All right. Yeah, so that's the business on this one. Let's put I like if price managed to come here, that'll be very interesting. I would like to see that. Yeah, that would be very interesting for a continuation to the downside. It can do that, but who am I to say price should do that? So if we do get a pushback up in here, perfect for a sell. Okay, for a continuation to the downside, because the 4-hour is doing exactly that. A 4-hour breakdown, take out this low, come back up to the last up candle. It failed to break down, it came back up to this last up candle again, and then we dive down. So if that's come back up to the last up candle, just following the 4-hour, then this thing should collapse. Let's have a look at what the dollar is doing. Okay, so dollar has just managed to go above this. So the next upside objective should be clearly up there. All right. We've got Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand, we can say, like I did mention, this was a pain to watch, the fact that price couldn't get up there. But like again, I do understand why, because the daily last up candle was there as well, right? So it should support price. Just like I'm showing you on Euro Pound, these last up candles prior to the move down, they are the selling point. So their selling starts at the low all the way to the high. The higher it goes, the lower the probability. So between the wick and the open is where most of the selling should be, right? With the highest probability being at the wick to the open. Anything above it is low probability, right? So that's what we've got. And then today we open, and then price dipped into again the wick, yeah, and then price fell off. The daily is still bullish. The last swing low on the daily, I think, is here, and this is a down candle. Maybe you've not seen it, but I don't know about other platforms, but this is a down candle. So I think that's where price is bouncing off from. Okay, so it's like price is doing this between this low and that high. We've traded below that 50%, 75%, found support at the down candle. The only thing I don't like about this is all this business in here. There's nothing really nice institutional for me to say, okay, this is where price is bouncing off from. The only thing I like is this one here. Right, it's a clean area. Price couldn't hit this down candle, and again, let's remove all that. This down candle, right, did raid. It took out this swing low. Remember what I shared with you yesterday? We want to see price come back to where the opening price. So if we do see a price come back down, maybe I'll consider long in here. And again, it's sitting inside. You don't know about this, but this this whole candle, the high, we call it a mitigation, right? This up candle is a mitigation, so price could come back there and then bounce off and then continue going up. So the fact that that level is within the wick of this last up candle makes it even stronger. So I like that one. If you do get there, I might consider a long. All right, so let's see how price will react once we get in here. Okay, next, Aussie yen. I don't think price is doing much. Price is not doing. Yesterday's trading was just non-existent at all. Today I think with a bit of weakness on the on Aussie, we've seen some movement on there, but the 4-hour is still bullish. I don't like anything in here. The only thing I did like is this tiny bit little gap in there where price supported there, but I don't think, personally, I don't see anything on this at the moment, right? There's nothing indicating me to buy or sell it. The only thing that I can say is because price is very bullish, I did mention if you want to buy, place your stop here, and if you did that, then that's fine. Just keep hold on to it until if it stops you out, then we know for high probability. Let's put the monthly levels back up again. This is previous month high, right? They could come back down because you're bullish. Remember, the lows are being intact. Okay, so they could come back down for retracement and then a continuation to the upside to go and take out this high. So we could come back down. If this low is broken, we will come back down into maybe in here or even to this high. That's the previous month high, and then price will find support there, and then we come back up and take out this high. This thing is still bullish, so we could come back here and then we look for a continuation to the upside. So on the 4-hour, the best place to consider longs would be down here, not up there, right? Down here. If we break down that daily last up candle, if we break down here, then we'll be looking for, let me put the fib so you understand. Yeah, you'll be looking for this area. I personally like this and this down candle there for price to retrace all the way down there for a continuation to the upside. If you don't get that and then we trade above this, then I think they're gonna continue going up, right? If we take out this high and stay above it, we need to take it out and then close above it, yeah, before we see the continuation to the upside. Euro yen, yesterday I did mention if you're not scared of taking a loss, obviously protect yourself with this down candle, and prices blew through it. So if you follow much about what I say, okay, when this happens, what do? You flip the trade, okay, and then you sell this up candle, right? Maybe you might have forgotten, but I'm reminding you, if you do take this kind of trades and it stops you out, flip the trade, because if this thing is not going to go up with this down candle, this will support price as a sell, okay, and that's what happened. On the daily, we are still bullish. We couldn't close above this high, but we are still bullish because all the down candles are being supported, so that means we are bullish. It's just probably coming back down. We have to measure this range because we couldn't close above it, so we cannot measure this range. Wrong tool. So we have to consider longs down in here. Maybe come and take out this low, and we still be bullish for a continuation to the upside. So we're looking at maybe a run to kill people that are long, and then into somewhere in here for a continuation to the upside. So let's draw, because we've taken out this high on the daily, we've taken out this high, we couldn't close above it, price rejected. They might be coming for sell stops, right? So they might come down here, take out the sells. Again, range trading. Let's change this back to this. Range trading, right? You want to be buying in here and be selling up there. So if price does give a pullback up into that last up candle again, you can sell short and target down here. Okay, so if price does give a pullback into that last up candle there, let's drop down to the hour and see if we can minimize our, it's fine. You can sell this up candle, right, and then target down here. Okay, target this low if it does give a pullback. If it doesn't, then don't bother where we are trading right now. New Zealand yen, this thing is also not doing anything, but it's going to the daily. Remember what I said, it needs to put an up candle inside this range, right? So we have the I think today is still trading, so we've not closed inside yet, but ultimately it's going to have up candles inside this range. It's doing it gradually. I don't think it's going to go up straight line, right? It's gonna do it gradually as it's doing now. So if you want, okay, like I did mention the other day, protect yourself here and then look for price to push inside with your first target there and then second target there. It's still there for the take. So until we take out this low, which I don't know if they're going to do with some weakness in New Zealand. I don't know if they're going to do that, but if they do take out this low, still wait for retracement and we still target that area. Okay, this is the middle of it, so that's why it's providing support. So areas that provide support are the low, the middle, and the upper portion of it. So we had support here, support there, and then we should see support up there. But ultimately there has to be an up candle in that range, which is what we're waiting for. Okay, so if this thing breaks down, then we might be coming down a little bit more. Okay, previous month has been raided, so if we do break down any, if we break down any up candle, what I mean by breakdown, if we trade below any up candle, price will be coming down for a bit of a retracement, and I think I like this area here. If we drop onto the weekly, see the monthly. Okay, there's nothing on the monthly. On the weekly, I like this last down candle here, and I also like the gap right there. Measure the range, that's just below 50%. So I like wherever price will give me reasons to go long inside here, then I'll consider it. If we break down an up candle on the daily, if we don't and these 4 hours provide support, then we just go with it. Okay. Pound yen, mind this low. If we take this low out, then I think price will go down for a bit of a pullback. I'm a bit concerned on this one. The reason why I'm a bit concerned is where we are trading at. Yeah, this last up candle. Remember what I showed you on gold? gold did trade and close in what we deem as a void. Okay, this whole move to the downside, and then once it does that, price fell off. Yeah, so that's why I'm a bit concerned about this pair. If price does trade below this low, which is this last up candle, okay, if we close below this low, we will be coming down a little bit further, maybe back down to this weekly down candle. Yeah, it's not far off, but if we do close below this low, we will be coming down to that weekly down candle. That's where price might find support again to push higher if it wants to. Okay, maybe to go and attack this swing high inside that weekly area. So if price closes below this last up candle, then what you can do is look for a sell and then target this level. So let's get rid of this. So an area you can possibly look for a sell, because we rated this and then we broken down, you can sell this last down candle once we close below it. Sell that one, but for your stop loss placement, protect yourself with this high, because it's not necessary for price to go above there again. So if we do close below, you can do this, yeah, with your stop just above that high, and look to target this low, and it could dip inside that weekly. That's just the high. Okay, remember the high to the low, sorry, to the open. Yeah, the high to the open there. So you could use the first green line as your first target, and then leave a piece on to see if we can dip inside this gap, which I like, inside this gap right here. Okay, that's if we do close. Yeah, if we don't close below, then don't do what I'm showing you. But if we do close below here, then consider this as a trade idea. All right, CAD yen, this thing is still bullish. Out of all the pairs, I still fancy going long on this one. It's just playing around. I think the CAD is a bit weak. If you look at let's quickly jump onto the futures, and then you see why. Right, and I think they've just engineered, and this is why. Okay, where is my, okay, that last up candle, the closing price there, that's where price is supporting, because it cannot go higher, just like the dollar CAD. Let's go on to this, show you dollar CAD. Go on to the weekly, right, this, and then price is being supported here. Same thing on the Canadian futures. So that's why there is weakness in CAD at the moment. But because CAD is weak, yen is also weak. Yeah, yen is not doing much. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing. Yen is just sideways, but CAD is stronger than yen. But for the meantime, they are both weak. So CAD yen is going to go sideways a little bit. Yeah, so that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. But ultimately, this thing should push up. When it'll do that, I'm not sure when, but I'm monitoring it. I was expecting this high to be taken yesterday. It didn't do that, so I think they will hang around in here for a little bit, and then once this thing trades to, let's go back into the CAD, Let's go into the daily. Maybe this thing might retrace a little bit into this down candle. On the 4 hour, I don't see. Yeah, we do have this range in between this high and that low. So if I'll be watching it, if this thing provides support right here, which it almost did, but there is a gap. So I think the gap is providing support. If we do provide support and we start pushing higher, then I'll just jump onto the CAD yen, right? If this breaks down, then I'll be looking at this down candle on the daily, and that should provide support, and then we should now scream up back up again to come and take out this high, right? So CAD yen is still on my radar. CAD yen is still on my radar. Where are you? Right there. Okay, so let it be on your radar as well. This is a swing trade. I think I'll be doing more swing trades than day trades with the month of September, October, because the price is going to move. Let's go back in time and then I'll show you. So we'll have some things like this. Yeah, that's October trading, and that's September's trading in here. Usually September, October, November is a very good month to be trading. In here is September, so this is the kind of move I'm expecting on CAD yen, right? Something like this. So if you do get the CAD to push higher, then I'll be looking for something like this. Again, if you go back another year, September, this year we went down, October, November, yeah, December. If you follow, we call this seasonal tendency. If you do follow this, you'll be amazed how much you can glean from just looking at past and see what price does, right, when we hit September. So that is September right there, and then you catch this, okay, and then in October you catch that. So this fall, which is September, October, November, we'll be doing more swing trading. I will not be focusing on day trades. I'll be going more into swing trading because price will be moving dynamically, and we don't want to be taking 50 pips, 40 pips here and there. We want to be taking 100, 200, sometimes 300 pips trades. Okay, so this is a possible trade to the last up candle, just like pound yen did trade to that last up candle in here on the daily, sorry, on the weekly, right there. The same thing CAD yen will do. It's just a bit of a delay. Watch here, let me put it side by side so you can understand and appreciate it. CAD yen, okay, that high, same thing, that high, right, this high, same thing there. But because we call something leadership, because the pound is very strong, this thing has got the legs to push to this last up candle up there. This is there's a bit of a delay on the part of this one, so price is still gonna get there, it's just paused, right? So that's where price is gonna scrape for. Okay, so if you do have a swing trade account, then just hanging in there with that, and then once it provides that entry, off it goes. We do have, get back in here. It's a shame I don't swing trade anymore, but I will be doing that this fall. From where we are all the way up there. That's over 150 pips with a stop loss. With a stop loss below this, that's 74. There is a level at the middle of this down candle in here. That's if we do drop there, that's where I will load. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do that, but if we do drop there, that's where I will load up. Okay, and then I'll be looking for a continuation to that. The best entry was last week Friday, right here. That was the best entry. Enough talking about that. Let's go on to okay, so this is pound Aussie. Pound Aussie, we came to a level that I did mark out before I went on holiday about this high. Initially it was that high. There's two of them, this one and that one, and we broke below this, so our eyes comes here. Yesterday we did get a support. Price raided this low and then broke upside, and then I did say wait for price to come back for a retracement. If you didn't catch the move to the upside, wait for price to come for retracement inside here, and then the ideal area you want to be buying is that down candle there, and that's where price came, hits for support, and then a continuation to the upside. I still like it. It's just I don't like the fact that they're doing back and forth. All right, so if you're interested, that was the area to be a buyer. Yeah, if any one of you remember, that is an area to be a buyer, and then you look for a continuation to come and take out this high. Because of the 4-hour being bullish, we look for 4-hour to continue providing support at the down candles and breaking up candles. But you don't have to wait for price to go all the way up there. Okay, you can target say, okay, we made 50 pips or 60 pips, so I'm gonna take some profit off. You need to learn how to take partials, because if you don't, you will get crushed in this market. When it offers something, take it and then leave the rest on to see how far price is willing to go. Okay, always take some partials. So in here, that's where price is providing support, and we should see price come back up here. Okay, we should see price come back up here if the 4-hour is going to continue providing a push to the upside, right? If not, then we'll get stuck in this range, which is, come on, okay, so my TradingView is stuck. Alright, let's use this one. Pound Aussie. Okay, if not, then we'll be stuck between this high and that low. Okay, between this high and that low, we'll be stuck inside that range. I think overall price is gonna come and take out this equal high. When it does it, I'm not sure, but once we start seeing evidence of it, we will take advantage. This is the swing low that I'm hoping that it will provide support for a continuation to the upside to come and take out that high. If we don't get that and then we break down, then we have to consider this area. Okay, so for now, that level should provide support. We go with the flow on the 4-hour for now, and then if price breaks down, then we be looking for support down here. Okay, so if you do manage to catch along in here, hold on to it and then look. Dude, give me a second, guys. Okay, that's what being a dad does to you. Okay, so just bear with him because he has no idea what he's doing. Let's see if this thing is still working. Okay. Okay. This morning is just, it is what it is. I've got so many things as a family man, so bear with me whilst all this thing passes through our lessons, our sessions. So like I was saying, this thing should provide support, and we should see price continue going up. If we don't and we break down, then we have to consider price coming back down here for support. Okay, so for now, just if you did catch this long, then stay with it. Make sure you, I think by now you should have taken something off from here. Yeah, you should have taken something off from this up candle, right? If not, then if you did catch an entry now, take something off once you take out this high. Okay, and then probably this week might be sideways, and then maybe next week we'll see price push up. Okay, so if you did catch the long, take something off above this high, and then see how far price is willing to go. Pound New Zealand, lo and behold, we have dropped into the 4-hour level that I did mention that I liked yesterday, right there. Yeah, that's where price is bouncing off from. So if you like, you can take a long from here. Yesterday I didn't like where we were, but this is an area that the stop loss is very considerable. Yeah, yeah, let me see. Yeah,
Do I need the pin?
no, just tap it. Ready, no. Ready. Cover. You can see what I'm dealing with this morning, right? So it is what it is. But this down candle, the stop loss is more considerable. Yeah. The fact that they've come down here could support price for a push higher. So if you like this one, between Aussie and New Zealand, which one would I take? I think both of them are reasonable. The only thing you can use as a filter, right, is the Aussie New Zealand. So if you want to take Aussie or New Zealand, this thing will provide you the answer. If this is dropping, that means Aussie is weak, therefore you consider this one. But if this thing changes direction for a push higher, then you'll be considering that one. So for now, both of them are reasonable. They are trading at a good level, so I will consider both of them. Right, so this down candle should provide us support and give us a bounce, at least back to this last up candle as your first objective. This down candle should provide support back up to this, at least that candle there. So we do have a bit of room. Yeah, that's over 74 pips, right? So you can buy this one if you like. If we break this low, then on the weekly, we have to look for this whole area to trade. Yeah, this whole area will be traded to the downside, and then maybe a continuation to the upside. Okay, but I don't want that to happen. I don't want us to come back down. It's not important. They should leave this and then continue going up, and then in future maybe come back down to come and touch it, right? Dude. Oh dear. If we do break down here, then obviously we will trade down and rebalance this whole area. I don't want that to happen. This down candle should offer support and send us back up. If we break that down candle, I think this down up candles, we will have down candles on that side, and we will consider a long somewhere in here. Yeah, so if this thing break down, then our eyes comes here. In that case, we can look for shorts, because this area there will be nothing to provide support, so price will have a free fall. In here we have down candles that provide support, so selling short in here will be scary, because any of these down candles can provide support and send it back up. But once we break this low, there's no down candle to provide support, therefore price can just continue to fall. All right, so like I did mention, if you like this area, just enter a trade and see how far it's willing to go. They have raided this and then came all the way down again and rejected, so there's some joy in this one. Maybe if you want to be cute, like I was trying to be cute yesterday with Aussie, Euro Aussie, okay, you can do this and place your stop below here, right, and have a minimum stop, which is 30, almost 30 pips, and then target there. Okay, that's if you want to be cute. But if you don't want to be cute and you want to just say, okay, I just want to protect myself with the trade, then your stop goes below this down candle, because that's the one providing support right now. New Zealand CAD, I did mention that if we do trade above this down candle, it should provide support for a continuation to the upside, and again, that is a reaccumulation, so you should know at least where price should go to. Yeah, and I think we did hit that 168. That's your first target on the lower time frame, so that's your first target once we closed above yesterday. Yeah, right there. Once this candle closed, okay, this candle should offer support for a continuation to the upside. So if we measure it, your first target on the opening price of this candle, your first target should be 168, and then 2% as your second target, right? Because this is a reaccumulation. They failed to send price down and traded above it, so they bought more here, okay, and that's your target and there. So what is going to happen once we've hit that 168 rejecting, usually we will come back down to the opening price, and then should send it back up into, right, it should come back down to the opening price and then send it back to that 2%. if it does go back inside the range, I'll consider a long here or at the 50%. Again, this is something I'll show you guys later on. I'll consider a long here or at the 50%, and then should send price back up into that 2%, right? So if you missed it and you fancy yourself a long, that 75% level between the high and the low of that down candle, the 75% of that is where you should be looking for a trade, and your stop goes below here. Your stop goes below this one, and then you target that. Yeah, so you enter here, your stop goes below 25, and you target 2. Why 25? Because the 50 could also be an area that it might come for. That would be the mean threshold of that down candle. Okay, and then that should offer support and then continue going up. So I'll leave this one on. Let's get rid of this big sell. And this one I'm showing you. I like this low gap in here, so price can just come here and then wick like this, wick, and then reject off from the 50% and then go up again. What you can use again as an entry technique, right, is what I shared with you yesterday, what caused price to push up yesterday on the I think 5 minutes chart. Dude, can you keep quiet? Right, and entry technique you can use is wait for price to come to any of the levels that I'm mentioning, which is the 75, or it could be the 50. Wait, be patient, and then hawk it like a sniper. Alright, patient, watch it, and then as soon as you see a swing low taken and price reject, then you go in. Not this one, because this one didn't take out this low, right? If it does, then you can do it, but if it doesn't, then you don't do it. This hasn't taken out that low. Aussie CAD, this one failed to trade above it. Yeah, it failed to trade above it, so we don't have anything on this, and that's why price is doing what it's doing. So on this one, what we have here is an up candle, right? So it's the opposite. If price closes below this, then you do what I'm showing on CAD, New Zealand CAD, but you're doing the opposite. So you'll be measuring this to that, yeah, right there, and then you'll be targeting 168. If we do close this candle as it is, okay, it needs to close bearish. Okay, it doesn't have to go back and close like this. That's not good. It needs to close bearish like that. If it does it, then they were selling. Okay, so you can target the 168 when the next candle opens. If it doesn't do that, then don't do anything on this at the moment. On the 4-hour, you can clearly see what price is doing sideways. Right, so you don't want to be doing anything. Let the daily give you an indication of what price is trying to do. They've got some clean highs in here. Yeah, they've got some clean highs in here, and they could just take price all the way up. Be mindful of this. Okay, they've just run this low. All right, so if next candle is an up candle and closes above this, then you can do this and buy for this equal highs and that high. They are too clean. Yeah, when they leave these levels on the chart, they don't, it's too clean in my eyes. They are too clean. So if this is a run on stop, yeah, if this is a run on this stop, this swing low, and they trade above it, then they will come for this equal high. Okay, so make sure you have this on your chart if this is a run on stop. If it's not, then if they close below, wait for today's candle to close on the daily, then you can go in and start looking for shorts for this candle's 168 on the downside. Eurozee, yesterday I did mention, I was trying to be cute when price broke above this. I was trying to buy this down candle, right, with the break on the 4-hour. I think price is now in a sideways market. Yeah, they ran this low and then broke above it. So with the retracement, I was being cute to buy this down candle and place my stop there. And then initially it gave me some rejection, and then ultimately broke down and stopped me out, which is fine. Price has now proved itself that it wants to be in a sideways market. The ideal trade was on Monday. I think I need to change. Sorry, not Monday. Tuesday early morning here. Okay, this run on stop and that entry there. That was the best ideal trade. Yeah, that was the best trade. But again, at that time, people are sleeping. I myself am sleeping because that time doesn't favor me at all. Maybe it does favor most of you, but it doesn't favor me, so I'll be asleep. Almost every night these days, I think Asia has been moving and people are still sleeping when Asia is moving. So it's been a hard one where by the time you wake up, price has already moved significantly and you cannot do much. Yeah, so going forward, if you are going forward, right, if you are awake during Asia and you see price coming to any of those levels that we've marked out, okay, then just be bold and take the trade. Okay, I personally, I'll be asleep, so I'll not see anything for now. Let's have a look. We do have a lower low in here, so I don't see price breaking it anytime soon. Let's have a look on the hourly if there's anything in there worth noting. Yeah, this one here, I think this one should support price. Okay, that's where price was supported. Okay, so I think price is now probably will make an attempt to take out this low. Price will make an attempt to take out that low because the 4-hour has now resumed its bearishness, right? We went up into that up candle and rejecting. It's either we stay sideways or the 4-hour will push down into that level. I don't see that for now because of the weakness in Aussie. I don't see that, so probably they will be just hammering stops, right, and staying sideways in a consolidation in this area. Okay, so do not do anything on this at the moment. Let's go into the 15 minutes chart and see what I can find. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything on this at the moment because they might stop you out and then go your way. Alright, so just sit out and be patient. Okay. Bear with me a second. I think I've just seen CAD trying to push higher. I want to see CAD trade above this high. If it does, then I'll consider my long back in again. Yeah, if it does trade above that. Let's go back here. Euro New Zealand, we have traded into that gap that I mentioned in here, in there. Now I want to see rejection. I want to see a rejection, maybe price reject and then come and take out this high. That's what I want to wait for now. I'm not gonna buy this this fall of death. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy this fall of death. I'll wait for price to take out this high. I want to see price break this high before I'll consider longs. Yesterday I did mention I didn't like this down candle should provide support, right? And it should send price back down. Right there. Yeah, it should support price and send it back down into this area. Now, if I put back these monthly levels, okay, this will highlight what you should be seeing. We have come all the way back down. Okay, we have this month high, sorry, this month low, that month high. We are currently trading at we are trading at 618. Okay, and we do have a lower gap in here. There will be something here that will change price. Okay, if not, then between this low and that high, okay, between these two, that tiny down candle there, that would be an area I will say, okay, if we do get here, I'll buy this down candle. Simple as that. Yeah, I'll buy this down candle. If we do get there, that is about 160 pips stop loss. That's huge, but I will attempt this. Again, it's a swing trade. Remember what I said, we are in September, October, November. Okay, so this thing can hit this, and then why? Let's go back in history, and this is what September, same price pattern. Before we hit September, price dropped into a gap. Yeah, I'm not drawing these things on the chart, but this is similar of what we are seeing, right? That's a gap. What is that? That's a gap. Same thing, right? September, price dips down, and then we scream all the way up to take out this high. So this is not, it's not something it's not something that is impossible. It is possible. Yeah, don't look at my chart and thinking, what, can this happen? Yes, it can, because history does repeat itself. Okay, let's go back one more year, and then you appreciate September. That is September. This, we went up in August, so there was no pullback, but again, there was a gap in here that sent price up. One more year, and then I'll be done. September, price retraced, and then what did it do? It went all the way back to take out the high. Okay, and then continue going up. This is what I'm looking for. That's the swing trade idea that I'm talking about. Yeah, if we do catch the low in September, we are holding on to it till December. We can still take more trades, but we'll be holding on to it forever. Okay, if you want one more proof, September low, we hold on to it. Okay, so that's what we are looking for in here. So let's be patient and let price show itself to us, and then we will we will hug it, right? There's no need to panic or chase price. If we don't get an entry here, we wait for price to break this high, it will retrace. Okay, it's not gonna go up forever, it will retrace, and then once it retraces, then we can catch that entry. Okay, I've back tested these things, and trust me, they do retrace. If you go back in here, right there, price breaks above this high right there, that's your indication price is going up. Okay, so you can buy this or wait for price to come back into that area, and then a continuation to the upside. Okay, so there's no need to panic. We will get an entry on this one because it's a seasonal trade, so that will be our target. They have engineered this high and that high as equal high. So remember, we had a high here, high there. Price will find it hard to break it, but it will come back down for retracement, and then this will be an equal high, and then price will break above it. So that's what we are looking for. Okay, if it does, I don't think it should break this gap, because these gaps are very, very powerful. I don't think it should break this gap. It is a gap on the weekly as well. Okay, and they filled it to the lower portion, so I don't it should be done and send price back up again. All we have to wait for is wait for price to break structure on the 4-hour. Even if we break structure on the hourly, maybe above this high, I will consider it long. Okay, but just be patient a little bit, and then let price show itself to you, and then you can take this long. I know I've spent a lot of time on this one because this is the one I like, right? Between Aussie and New Zealand, this is the one I like. Okay, this is showing you clear price action. This one is not. This one is a bit messy at the moment. So again, I like this one, and then I like the pound New Zealand, because those are clear. Again, the reason why I'm looking for this, go back in time and then see what September does. Same thing. September retraces and then sends it higher. Go back in time again. Where is it? September, send it higher. Go back in time. September, send it higher. Go back in time. I think this is the only month, the only year, an awkward year for the pound because of the Brexit. Okay, then we had this, right? Prior to that, September should send price higher. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on this. Let's be patient. Let's price show us what it wants to do, and then we can. I think I like this one as well. It's all about being patient and let price show you this is what I want to do, then we hug it. Okay, I know I've spent a lot of time today because again I've just come back from my holiday, so I'm still, it'll take me this entire week to get myself back on track. So sorry if these sessions have been long. Alright, sorry if these sessions have been long, but it's necessary for me to go through them in much detail so you can understand what we are looking for. Okay, right. Any pair you want me to look at before I disappear? Do I have a lesson for you today? Yes. Let's have a look at gold first. XAU USD. Before I click on gold, what do you think gold should do? I don't go and check it and let me know. Before I click on gold, what do you think gold should do? If you've been following along, I've not checked it. I don't know what it's doing, but I would say it should be down. I don't know what about you. That's what I'll be looking for. Yeah. Why should it be down? Because it closed in that gap. Yeah. Because it closed in the not gap, a void. Okay. Once this is closed in, let's go into the hourly so you can see what I'm talking about. Once this is closed in, that's what should happen. It should send price back down. The same thing happened on the daily. Once we hit and close that in, it should send price down. Here, if you pay attention, you will see it here, right? Price, sorry, let me push it down a little bit. That last up candle, it closes that in, it sends price back down. It closes back in, it sends price down. On the daily, it closed that in, it sent price down. Yeah, so that is how I know price should be down without even coming on it. Yeah. You want it to go up. Okay, I think we will stay in this range. Let's get rid of this. For you to say you want it to go up, I want you to what have I done? I want you to go back. Usually go back in history. Okay, history repeats itself, right or wrong. That was the middle of that up candle. History does repeat itself, right? So if history repeats itself, you go back in history and see what price does in September. Okay, that's September. Boom, price drops into when? December. That's another September. Right there. What did price do? Did it go up? No, it didn't. And funny enough, I caught this long. Here, and I held on to it till there. I'm gonna know. Yeah, I caught it long. Bear with me. I want to find out where. Before this high was broken. Yeah, in here. 2018. I was actively trading gold. Yeah, in here. Right there. So I caught a long in here and I held on to it, caught more longs in here. 2018 was my best year of trading, even without, that was when I have not been mentored yet. Yeah, I was still trading I knew some of the stuff that I know now, but not into much details like I do now. And I was trading, I was just trading breaking structure. So once we break structure, then I buy long. And I held on to a long in here, a long in there, a long in there, and I closed everything up in here. And then once I got up here, I started looking for sales, and I shouldn't have done that. And that's what led me to go and learn more. Yeah, because you think you know, but you don't. Okay, that's what led me to learn more. But September should be a month that it should drive price down into December, and then December to February we should see price drive up. So September should drive price down. September, where is it? There. Should drive price down. Right? September, there, drive price down into, this year was a bit of a awkward year, but ultimately it should drive price down to December, and then December should drive price up into February. Yeah, I got this knowledge from some guy. He says from September to February is a Valentine's season, so you're gonna see September do a down, and then December to February do an up. So that's Valentine. And I laughed my head off, but it's actually true. If you go through the chart, you're gonna see, if I scrunch this in, okay, so you have September to December and then to February, giving you that V Let's go back in here. Same thing in here. September to December and to February. That's a V. Dude. And 2019. Yeah, September to December, same thing in here. And then to February should give you a V. So you can see all of them giving you a V. Right, a V, a V, a V, a V. So what do you think should happen here? If history repeats itself, what do you think should happen here? You should see something like this. Right? That's why I'm looking for lower prices on gold. Right? Okay. Maybe I should use this as your lesson for today. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Right. So Bitcoin managed to close above, I think, I can't remember what I said. If you guys remember what I said. Yeah, I think I was looking at this up candle. If it does close above here, then we should see price come back above here. Right, so we have closed, price has retraced to this beautiful down candle. Great timing. Great timing. That's a long. Let's drop down to the hourly. Yeah, that's a long. Very great timing. Okay, that's a long with a stop below that low, below this wick, because that's the down candle that took out this. Don't trade crypto. I would have taken this. I'm gonna take it on my demo account on this platform. Okay, and then I'll target this high as first target, and then I'll leave piece on to see if we can get up there. Okay, so that is your trade. Very great timing. Excellent. Yeah, how perfect that is. Okay, with the first target above this high. First target above that high. I'll take something off here above this high as well. Take something off here, take something off there, and then I'll leave the rest for the upside objective. Okay. We've not looked at oil for a while. WTI. Oil is still struggling. Oil is still struggling, but it's gradually pushing up. We finally closed above that. We've closed above this on that candle, which was last week's candle. So it should find ease to trade into that gap. Okay, it has finally. Can see how many times 1, 2, 3, 4 still rejecting, and then finally last week we closed above it. So price should now seek this gap. So for entries, it broke above here, so retracement into these down candles should have been the main entry, honestly. So your entry should have been use this one. This is where your entry should have been, protecting yourself with these down candles and targeting there. That's the lower portion of that gap, right? That's your first target. That's your second target. So if you are interested, I think price will stay a little bit sideways. We are still bullish on CAD, remember, so CAD oil should push up. Yeah, so we're looking for this. Right, so that brings me to the end of what I want to check for today's lesson. This is back to basics. Okay, this is back to basics. When you want to be a buyer or a seller, okay, in any trading instrument, anything tradable, always what you want to do is find a range, a trading range that price is trading in. So if you're on the monthly, find the recent swing high, find the recent swing low, and then that is your range. Okay, so if you have this range low, have this high, that is your trading range, and then find out where we are trading at. Once you determine where we are trading at, you want to be considering only being a buyer when price is below 50%, and below 50% you are looking for specific things down here that will align up with your buy. You're not just going to buy because it's below 50%. You're going to buy if there is any let's say support, or if it's support or resistance, I don't know which one, but if there's a support level down here, it could be okay. There could be lots of wick rejection, it could be anything, but you want to be buying below 50%. Let's say prices, you are trading on the month, or let's say we are on the monthly chart, prices here, okay, price is trading here, and then you're trading signal, whatever you use to take a trade, it gives you a signal to buy here. You don't do that. Don't buy it there, because the chances of this going your way is slim. If anything at all, it might not go up much more to offer you more profit. What you want to be doing is look below the 50% and see if there is anything that you deem as something you consider to use to take a trade for a buy. So it could, like I did mention, it could be multiple wick rejections, it could be anything, and with me it would be a down candle, right? So I'll look for the down candle here, right, and then I'll wait for price to get there. That's when I start hunting for longs. Okay, and then if you are a seller, okay, you want to price to go reverse this, and then I'll be looking for the up candle in here. That's where I'll be hunting sells. Okay, because in between, price can do anything and your stop loss will get tagged. So if you do business in between the range, okay, you are playing with fire. Price can go anywhere and price will stop you out. Okay, so the best entries or the best trade ideas, because we all trade based on probabilities. Yeah, no one trades with a certainty. Yeah, we don't trade like, okay, price will definitely do this. No one trades like that. Yeah, because if we did know price is definitely going to do this, like I keep mentioning, that I will be in a different country right now. Yeah, I'll be in a different country right now. Price doesn't do that. Okay, so what you can do, okay, is all wait for price to either come below 50% and come to a reasonable level that you deem as some place you want to buy or some place you want to sell, and then you can do your trading there. Like I said, with me it will be an up candle in here or a down candle down here. That's what I'll be interested in. Okay, so if we go back into this, right, this is a trading range between this high and that low. Yeah, that's a trading range. And this is a down candle. It's below what, 50%. So if it does give me reasons to be a buyer, okay, if I see anything that is reasonable for me to be a buyer, I will buy it. And you saw evidence of it yesterday, here. Yeah, price did hit that down candle on the daily. Yeah, this one. And then it offers some form of a support on the 4-hour, and it gave this kind of move. Yeah, that's when you participate in buys. Okay, if you buy anywhere in here, you will be playing with fire. If you buy anywhere in here, okay, you'll be playing with fire. Why? Because that is not an area to be considering a buy. You could be using anything. It's not just my way of trading. You could use anything, but whatever you use, always consider to do business below 50%. And below 50%, you have to even go further down to see where we call it psychological psychological area, where most people will feel uncomfortable, which is here. That's where most people will feel uncomfortable, because the idea about trading is that when price retraces, because most people use Fibonacci, a lot of people use Fibonacci, when price retraces to like a 61.8 level, okay, they start looking for buys. A lot of people do. Yeah, you'll be surprised how many people uses this tool. So they will start buying here, and then price will go against them. They will say, okay, maybe he's going to the 79, and they'll buy here, and then price will go for them. But ultimately, it might stop them out, and then price will push higher. Why? Because this is a psychological area. People will be jumping on this pair, trying to buy that area. Okay, so what you want to do is patiently wait for your setup, we call it, or your reasons why you want to buy it. Anytime you want to be a buyer, you have to have a reason. My reason is, okay, I want to see price hit it, break structure, retracement, and then I'll buy. That's my reason. So when price hits this level, I'm not just gonna jump in and be a buyer. No, I'll wait for my reasons to line up. So if price drops into this, let's say this is the level, I've drawn it wrong, right? This is the level. Let's say this is the level I've marked here. If price gets here and it doesn't break above this high, I'm not interested, like we did see yesterday. Yeah, I'm not interested. And then price will drop that down, no problem, and then it come back up. If it doesn't break this, I'm not interested. Why? Because we are trading at a level that I'm interested in being a buyer, but it's not giving me my reasons why I want to buy. So if the reasons has not, if it's not giving me the reason yet, then I will not be a buyer. So I'll wait. If this one breaks up and take out this side, then my reason has now been fulfilled. Then I'll start looking for my longs for a continuation to the upside. But the range I'm looking, or where I'm looking for this to form, yeah, is here. That's where I'm looking for it to form. I'm not looking for it in here, I'm looking for it down here. So wherever you're trading, or whenever you're trading, consider the range. Yeah, consider the range. So this is a range. For currently, this is a weekly range. Yeah, that's a weekly range. Go into the monthly. This is a monthly range. Yeah, that's a monthly range. If you drop down to the 4-hour, now this is a 4-hour range. So when I say range, this is what I mean. So every time frame has got a range. So depending on where the market is flowing to, currently the 4-hour is flowing down, right? So if you want to be a seller, this is where you sell. You want to be selling up here. Yeah, you don't sell down here, because that's not high probability trading. You want to be selling up in here. Okay, if you drop down to the hourly has also got its range. Currently the range is between this low and that high. Yeah, that's the trading range we are in right now, because it's formed a high and it's formed a low here. So that's our hourly range. And if you drop down to the 15 minutes, 15 minutes has also got its range. This is the 15 minutes range right now. So every time frame has got a range. So depending on your trading style or whatever you use to trade, these are the ranges you want to consider. And you always want to be doing, if you're buying, you want to consider buying below 50%. And if you're selling, you want to consider selling above 50%. So that's the whole idea of what I'm trying to communicate. Do not do a selling when price is below 50%. You don't do that. Yeah, unless you really understand what you're doing, don't attempt it at all. Okay, because you end up giving your money to Mr. Broker. Okay, so if you want to save yourself some money, always consider yourself the lowest probability will be selling below 50%, and the lowest probability will be buying above 50%. The highest probability is buying below 50% and selling above 50%. Okay, so that is a long session for today. Again, forgive me for my son. He has no idea what he's doing. He has no idea that I'm online giving session. Okay, so forgive him. If you have anything you want me to look at, if you have any comment, let me know. If not, then I'll end here, and then I will see you at 1:30 on YouTube, because today is Wednesday. Let's have a look at what dollar is doing. Dollar has climbed above that, so our next target is up there. Euro has just died into that first target. Pound is still hanging around there. Why? Because Euro pound is diving down, so Euro pound is keeping pound up, and New Zealand is hanging around there whilst Aussie is diving down. So this is why I took a short on Aussie rather than New Zealand. And I think those are just the two pairs. If it did give a pullback, then probably I would have sent it out, but it didn't. There was no pullback, it just died off. And these are the things you cannot do anything about. You just have to let it go. Okay, one of the hardest thing to do is seeing price, knowing what price is trying to do, but you don't have to participate. Yeah, but you learn from it so that in future, when you see it happening, you have the confidence in taking it. So this down candle, once broken, should offer support. That down candle, once broken, should offer support. So if I was awake right here, let's drop back down right there. Yeah, if I was awake, that would have been an entry. Again, that happened during midnight, so nothing to do about that. Any thing anyone want me to look at, or everyone is happy, then I'll just disappear. As for you, Mr. What's his name? Magnish. That's your trade. What I did mention, yeah, that level up there, first target, these equal highs, and this should provide support. It's down candle, and away it goes. The second one was US 30. Which one did I use? I'm not sure. Was it this one?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember what I did say about this one. I forgot. And the last one was on what was the last one? I forgot the last one. What was the last one again? You can get in by just waiting for a down candle to provide support. Yeah, no need to be scared. In here you have a low, high, break down, break up, so you want to be buying if it does come back down at all. Okay, you see that you buy here or you buy this down candle again, there is a gap, so that should offer support. So if it does come back down, then you buy it down here. No need to be scared for continuation to the upside. If it doesn't and we break above this, then the daily has resumed its up movement, so you have to wait for a swing high to form and then price to retrace back down again, then you get in. Oh yeah, that was J40 30. Yep, there is. Yeah, that should provide support and send it up. I think I need to trade these indices myself again. This thing has hit me, boy. This thing has hurt me in the past, man. I just don't want to look at them. So we did have patient. We did have this low violated, return, and we trade above this down candle. So this could have been an entry, opening price, or the high. I like the opening price, but you can use the high. So depending on how the candle forms, you can away it goes. So for now, it's gone. So all you can do is patiently wait and see if price is gonna retrace. If it does retrace back down here, then you go long again. That is the target that is reaching for. Right? Okay, I think I'm so tired. I'm gonna go and see what I can do with my son. I'll not be in front of the screen much today, so pay attention to the things that I've outlined. I think most of them is just waiting. If I do see anything interesting, I will post it. The one that I'm interested in mostly is this one, for it to trade above that, and then we can use this here as a run on stop, and then a break above this high for a continuation to the upside. So if that happens, then we can take a long from here with a stop there, and then targeting these upside objectives. Okay, if you do get the break above that, then we can take opportunity. Pound New Zealand and pound CAD, we are waiting for a break. This one you can still keep it if you did catch the long. This one I'm waiting for a break. I'm waiting for a break before we consider anything. Same thing as this one, we are waiting for a break. We don't want to catch this falling knife, so let's wait for the break, and then we can continue buying. Until then, I don't see anything yet, so let's just be patient. Okay, so I'll see you at 1:30, and then if something has developed, then we will talk about it. Take care and enjoy the rest of your morning or afternoon or evening.